Hi there and happy Monday. It's Stacie Tatera, the Milwaukee medium, and I am excited to do your weekly angel card reading for this week. I hope everybody had a really great weekend. It is Monday, February the 12th, and we're kind of moving into that second week of February. Here in the Midwest, in the Milwaukee area, we've been getting pummeled with snow. We had some on Friday. The kids actually had a snow day, which was a little crazy because they never have off of school out here. And then we got some more snow Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday. So I think we're looking at about a foot outside. But we recover very quickly around here, so it doesn't really slow us down too much. But I hope you, wherever you are and wherever you're watching, you're safe and weathering your weather with ease and grace. And if you're someplace warm, I'm quite envious. So excited to do this week's reading for you. I did want to just talk about a couple things before we get started. If you have not had an opportunity and you're interested in purchasing tickets for the event that I'm doing in Oshkosh with Jennifer Lloyd, we're doing a Day of Divine Messages on March 24th in Oshkosh from 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And tickets are available on eventbrite.com as well as through all of the Facebook events that have been created and on Meetup. The link is there to connect you to get tickets for the event. It's $40 for your ticket. I know we're a little bit more than halfway sold out. The venue only holds like 50 people. So if you do have an interest in attending, please go ahead and get your tickets soon so that we can have a very fun and special afternoon of divine messages from Spirit. So other than that, I did not mention happy birthday to the February birthdays. Personally, for myself, my dad has a birthday next Monday, so I'd like to wish him a happy birthday February 19th. One of my closest friends, Jane, she has a birthday coming up this weekend, and I will be vacationing in Mexico the last part of the month. I leave February 25th through March 5th, where I'll be celebrating my birthday, which is in March, and then our friend Jane and my good friend Laurie, who makes all of these fantastic bracelets, will all be enjoying some sun and recovery, saltwater therapy time. So excited about that. So let's go ahead and get started. I felt very guided to use the Healing with the Angel card deck. I've used this deck several times in doing angel card readings for you guys, and I'm excited to see what the messages have this week. This deck has been kind of calling to me for a couple weeks, but this week they were very clear that this is the deck that wanted to speak to us. So in case you're ever interested, this is the deck, this is the box. It's by Doreen Virtue. She has many decks as well as Radley Valentine, and I do typically like to use those decks often. Funny story, I have a client who I've not met face-to-face until last week, and she tells me she watches my angel card readings. I won't mention her name due to client confidentiality, but when she saw me, she couldn't get over how tall I am. I'm actually about 5'8", 5'8 and a half. I think I've shrunk a little bit, and so she thought I was short because she only ever sees this part of me on the YouTube video, so it was funny. She just made me laugh. She's like, I just can't get over how tall you are. And it was cute because a lot of people typically just see me on these videos if you haven't come to see me in person, so you kind of don't know what to expect, right? Okay, let's get going. First card of the week. So first card looks at the first couple days of the week, second card midweek, third card Friday into the weekend. So this is interesting. The first card is Truth and Integrity. I've always liked this card because what I like about it is you have this woman standing there surrounded by her angels, but she's naked. And so there's a vulnerability to that. And so when we talk about truth and integrity, it's about being your authentic self, being honest with who you are, honest how you're going to present yourself to the world, truthful and honest in terms of how you go about your daily life. Is it whether that's in relationships, whether that's in business, whatever that is for you. And the other thing I'm getting is even with your children is making sure that you're living in truth and integrity so that your children can learn from the example of you living your true authentic life, but again, coming from that heart space and being clear with your intentions and knowing that you want to always draw boundaries and all of that, right? But that you always come from that truth heart space. So really focusing on being your authentic self, whatever that looks like for you, being honest with yourself as far as even, you know, what you're doing for a living. I've been seeing a lot more clients that are at that stage or that point in their life where they're like, I just can't do this work anymore. I'm being called or guided to do something different. And this message is about you being truthful and honest with those feelings. Don't push them down. Don't bury them. Let that stuff come up in service for you and explore into that. And when you do that, things start to open up a little bit more and the opportunities start flowing, because when you suppress and you block those feelings, you block yourself from forward movement, okay? Healing. This card has been coming up a lot. So a lot of messages I already get from this card. First off, you see this woman sleeping. There's an angel kind of stroking her hair, looking over her. And again, similar theme even in this card, all these angels around this woman who's kind of putting herself out there. Part of the process in life is that as we move through life, we have moments that we need to kind of rest and get a little low key and give ourselves time to heal. The other thing I'm getting to is if you've been feeling extra tired, because I've had a couple people mention to me that they're feeling a little bit more tired, feeling like they need a little bit more rest. Well, we are in our winter season, and part of that is that need to hibernate and kind of rest more and let our bodies rejuvenate a little bit more. But the healing card is paying attention to what you need. If you're needing more downtime, don't overanalyze that. Sometimes people will say to me, I'm really good at going and I just feel like I don't have that energy right now. That's okay. The universe, God, the angels are saying you need to honor that downtime for yourself and do things that help you heal. And I know that depending even on the moon phases, there are phases of the moon, I think it's either a waxing or a waning moon, which is where we are right now, that we have self-care needs to come to the forefront. So I'm a big fan of getting energy work. So if you've not had a Reiki session or you've been thinking about going in to have someone do Reiki on you to help you energetically, if you've been thinking about having another kind of healing session, it could be acupuncture, massage, going to a class, anything that for you is healing. It could be vacation time. Those types of things can be very healing. Like I mentioned, I'm going to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, the 25th for a week, and I'm actually going to dog sit for a very good friend of ours. We've known her for like 20 years, good friend of the family. Her name is Laura. And I'm just so excited to be able to have that time to get away. And sometimes we don't realize how much we need that downtime, that away time till we're doing it. We're like, wow, I really did need this downtime. It's important that I have this. So pay attention. This is a perfect time for our Midwestern folks. This is when we're taking spring break. We're doing little trips here and there to kind of, again, get away and decompress. The other thing I'm getting to around the healing card is disconnecting a bit, right? Disconnecting from emails, from phones, those types of things. Even if you just do it for 6 hours, because I know for some people it's hard to disconnect, you need to try to do that. Then the last card for the weekend is serenity. So this is when your peace comes, right? So we're kind of addressing, you know, our truth, our integrity, working in that space, going through some healing, taking some downtime. And it's interesting the healing comes around Valentine's Day, because consider even if there's healing that needs to happen around relationships, right? Because Valentine's Day for many of us represents relationships and love. So if there any healing that needs to be done around any specific relationship, around love of self, right? And then serenity. When you do this work, you find your peace. And it's always there and available to you. And I feel like this card really speaks to, we all can accomplish and achieve serenity and peace. We have to, do our work in order to get to those points. Sometimes I kind of equate life to many lessons. We are never done learning and growing, but there are checkpoints, right? And there are certain things you're like, okay, I have a little bit of a reprieve. Things feel good right now. I'm finding that peace. I'm finding that serenity. So the healing, the being truthful, that's what's bringing you your serenity and your peace. And I feel like too, if you're looking, if you have a situation in mind that you're kind of unsure of what the outcome is going to be, the answer is you're going to find peace in that. It will be okay. There will be peace and serenity around those situations. I feel like loose ends are being tied up for many of us right now. So I think I mentioned last week or even the week before, the first couple weeks of February were going to be a little wonky for us, and then things were going to kind of even and balance themselves out. And I think that's what we're seeing even with these cards, because this week will put us into 17th, 18th of February. So very wonderful cards. Again, thank you for watching. You can find me at MilwaukeeMedium.com. If you are interested in scheduling a session, whether it's angel card readings, mediumship, psychic reading, a Reiki session, I'm currently scheduling into April. So I always say I wish I could get everybody in right away, but it's been very busy, which is a blessing, and I thank all of you for your support. But I am scheduling mid to the end of February because I'm going away for spring break with my family the week of April 7th. So at any rate, again, if you're interested in tickets for the gallery event with me and Jennifer Lloyd, please do check that out online or eventbrite.com. And I'll be announcing another event in the Milwaukee area, hopefully in March. I'll have some dates and more details for you. And so I'm just going to put a little teaser out there that there's something else that I'm in the works of planning, but it will be in Milwaukee. So I'm super excited, probably more May, June time. So have a fantastic week. Happy Valentine's Day. Remember, it's about love. It all comes back to love. It's the language of life, the language of our soul, and always bring everything that you're experiencing back to love and compassion. And when you can do that for yourself as well as those around you, you really can't lose. So have a great week. Again, MilwaukeeMedium.com. Thank you so much, and we'll talk next week. Take care.